Hello everyone, I'm Trey Rich and you are watching The Buzz. On today's show, we are at the freebie premiere of High School, based on the novel by Tegan and Sarah with the same name. Then, in our artist spotlight, we have Corook back at her Los Angeles show at the Echoplex. And then, we have Michele Dawson, who plays Nurse Deb in the final chapter of the Halloween franchise, Halloween Ends. We got another great show, so please don't go. Roll that intro.
I'm Tegan. I'm Sarah. We're Tegan and Sarah, and you've just been buzzed.
Before we get started, we have some gossip. Black top, big t-shirt Billie Eilish is rumored to be dating the neighborhood's Jesse Rutherford. And white Twitter is not having it, calling out the big age difference as wildly inappropriate. A video surfaced online this weekend that appears to show Billie and Jesse leaving a haunted maze at Halloween Horror Nights in LA Friday night. As they were exiting, you see the two of them hold hands and walk off. Based on the pics that JR and Billie posted on their respective socials, they are wearing the outfits seen in the clip, as are the guys that Jesse was rolling with, Big Brother Phineas included. We still have to see if the rumors are true or a false alarm. First up, we're at the High School premiere, and the singers Tegan and Sarah were in attendance to talk about their new series on Freevee based on the novel of the same name. Many of the movie's stars were in attendance, including TikTok's Gillian twins, Rayleigh and Season. Let's take a look.
Wonder if I'll get clean again. Running down the street, it's just a dream. Think I need to wake up again. 'Cause the light in my eyes is down, and the stars in the sky.
How excited are you guys to be here today?
So excited. We're both from Calgary, too, so
Yeah,
it's a big deal. Yeah.
sleep deprived, but I'm loving it.
So I've got Marcus and Gina here. Tell me about what it was like. I mean, was it kind of like reliving your high school days?
Oh gosh, not at all. Way better than reliving my high school day.
The whole first week of filming, we actually filmed in the high school of my first girlfriend. So a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, a little nostalgia.
It was a time.
Shout out to her, by the way. 90s grunge is like the theme behind the whole show.
Yeah.
Love that. Name your favorite 90s song. Uh-oh, this might be tough.
You go first.
Ooh, I love, they use this in the show, Kiss Off by Violent Femmes.
Okay.
No, Kiss Off.
Oh, I don't know that one. And I have to find it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so bad with song type. Butterfly. What is it? Smashing Pumpkins. Butterfly with something with butterfly in the title for Smashing Pumpkins. I cannot name songs.
My character I play is someone called Phoebe, and I keep saying this, but I think she's a sweetheart, and she's just trying to figure herself out. She's figuring out how to keep everyone around her happy while still honoring herself, and I think just being 15 is hard. So she's dealing with being 15, 16, and all the grappling anxiety that comes with that, and trying to find her place in a world where she might not know where she totally fits in yet. You know?
Which is totally real. And when you're 15, I mean,
Yeah.
when you were 15, did you feel that yourself?
Oh yeah, I absolutely. 15-year-old me was traumatized, and absolutely, you don't know what to do. You have so many big emotions, and you don't know where to put them. And I think the show does a great job of kind of showing the emotional depth and the emotional ups and downs of being that age.
Tell me, what is it like working together on film like this? I mean, it had to be incredible.
It was really awesome. Working with Tegan and Sarah, working together, us.
All of the above, honey.
Working with Season, it was nothing new. We've had many jobs together. Just before this job, we were working at a working pizza together. And then working with Tegan and Sarah, I mean, it was amazing. Like, they're the most supportive and amazing people.
And was it for Season?
I had an amazing experience. It's always been great working with Rayleigh, as we continue to do it many more times. So that was fun. And with Tegan and Sarah, it was amazing getting to know them as friends and as people who are... It was amazing to get to work with people who knew what they were talking about and were so supportive, and they're just very unique, interesting, lovely people.
What was it like seeing someone play you at 15 on camera?
I mean, it was very cool. It was surreal. It was easy at times to forget that they were playing us because I think they bring their own essence to the show.
this is not a biopic. No one's like imitating us. So, they brought their own energy and essence to the show. And Clea and Laura, who wrote the show, did a great job of taking our story from the book and then making it a more universal story. So I was able to detach and just watch. And I think they put on beautiful performances. The whole cast is incredible.
I actually just loved seeing twins on screen. I've never seen twins depicted in a way that I related to and connected to. Usually it's like something goofy or they're mind readers or I don't know, silly stuff, And this was serious, and sometimes I would feel like really emotional actually watching them on screen. Just it's beautiful. Their performances are beautiful.
And being twins and sisters, we have fights. How was that process, writing and creating that? I mean, music is one thing, but now we're talking about TV.
There's so many more people involved in this than what we do, and in some ways there's more buffers and opportunities to sort of like break tension, whereas when Tegan and I are making music, sometimes we're the only two people in the room. So I actually found the tension with making the show a lot less than making an album. Yeah.
Would you say the same?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, look, I think that there's a lot of conflict that comes in making things, There's a lot that collaborating can often be hard. I think Sarah and I are really naturally good at collaborating, but I think we're good at collaborating because we know that sometimes you've got to butt heads. You've got to fight for what you believe in, and I think this show had mostly just incredible moments. There were so many collaborations happening across the board, so many wonderful people, a lot of women, making this show, and it was an incredible and inspiring experience to watch them working together.
I'm so excited just to be able to be there from the beginning of the show where it was just a script, and now to be here and tomorrow it's premiering on Freebie. It's to come full circle is really nice.
What can we expect to see? I know it's doing 90s high school, coming of age. Tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah, I mean, the show I think is very special. I think it is different than any other young adult show out there at the moment, and it really focuses on queer identity, specifically from the point of view of Tegan and Sarah, who I'm obsessed with and a lot of people are, but I think you get to it's exciting to see their origin story.
We got Mom here. Ms. Kobe's daughter is here with us today.
Mom's here.
Mom's here, so we have to behave.
Yes.
How was it?
She's a fun mom tonight. She's got red hair. She's a fun mom tonight.
Mom's night out.
Yes.
Hitting the red carpet. How fun was it to play Sarah and Tegan's mom?
It was awesome. I have been a Sarah and Tegan fan for a very long time. I'm Canadian, so I feel like I knew them before they were a big deal. It was really fun. They wrote an amazing, beautiful book with the same title, High School, and it was such an amazing biography that it was very easy to sort of take that book and translate the character of their mom onto television.
Yeah, and taking it back to the 90s, I mean, what was it like playing a mom in the 90s versus being out rocking out?
Yeah, more high-waisted pants. No, it was fun. I mean, it was really nostalgic, actually, being on some of the sets that we made, because a lot of basements, a lot of like VHS stacks, CD stacks. And it was just really kind of boring. And we were shooting in Calgary, so it was very, it's very close to where I grew up. So it was really nostalgic.
Oh, I bet. I mean, I'm so excited just even listening to the music. And
great music, great time for music. And also like with Tegan and Sarah, not only lending their music to our show, but being so particular about what songs are used in the show. I don't think that they do, TV show soundtracks, but they should for this one.
I think they should too, for sure. Tell me everything. I know this has to have been such a fun project to work on.
It was truly incredible. It's definitely life-changing. It was one of my first projects that I've worked on that has, taken place in somewhere completely different, like Calgary. Never even been to Canada, so it was definitely a change of pace for me. I live in New York. But I feel so blessed to be with the crew that we were with, the Clea, Tegan, Sarah. Everyone that worked on this show was just so incredible. And the kindest people in the world, and the most creative, and so driven, very driven.
I wish I had a sister to corrupt.
Sometimes when I'm driving home, I get to our street, and all I want to do is keep driving and never look back.
So you're really okay?
I'll tell you the truth if you tell me the truth.
High School is streaming now on Freevee, so check it out. After the break, we have Michele Dawson from Halloween Ends to talk about the Halloween franchise finally coming to an end. We'll be back after these messages. Like I said before the break, we have Michele Dawson, who stopped by our studio to talk about her character Nurse Deb in the final episode of Halloween. The first movie of the franchise premiered in 1978, starring the Queen of Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis. But now Michele says this is it. This is the final one. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Michele Dawson. I play Nurse Deb in the upcoming film Halloween Ends. I am a part-time acrobat, and I'm so excited for everybody to go check out this movie.
It's been 4 years since Michael Myers vanished without a trace.
Hello?
Halloween Ends, yeah, this is the epic conclusion of Laurie Strode's 40-year journey. This is gonna be the final battle, the final face-off between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. So this is it. Who hasn't heard of Halloween? I mean, it's iconic. However, I am a little bit of a scaredy cat. I'm one of those people that, like I said, being an only child and being home alone, I didn't want to mess with my mind too much because I was already so fearful of the dark and what was potentially lurking in the dark around the corners. I used to like sing to myself when I was home alone to try to like calm my nerves and anxieties. So I didn't watch a lot of horror films growing up, but once I learned I was in this movie, I jumped right in, started watching them, and now I'm a huge fan. But I will say there was genuine terror at moments on set for me as well. But yes, also seeing a little bit of, you know, how the sausage is made helped me to realize more of the fun and appreciation for the horror genre. Nurse Deb is, oh, she's so much fun. She's a little duplicitous in that she can be naive, but she's also someone who's rather aggressive, and with that said, she's someone who likes to get what she wants. And yeah, she's kind of in constant motion. I think that for me, I kind of tapped into something that we as humans are all born with, this innate ability to, you know, kind of think about ourselves a little bit. And in that sort of self-involved attitude, it gave me a lot of freedom to play, which was a blast. And David and I collaborated on the set with some super fun moments where I really got to play as Nurse Deb.
So in the movie, is that your real scream? Is that a little bit of acting on it, or that's you?
Oh no, I really screamed. I really screamed. And it was funny because the first time that I did it, our director, David Gordon Green, was like, hey, you know, just let it rip, just go for it. And so I did, and I was kind of waiting for like a cut, so I was like, well, I'll just keep screaming as long as they're, you know, rolling. So I just screamed and screamed and screamed. And then finally, I think I stopped and I like turned around and everybody was just like, and David was like, you scared me. And then I had a big laugh and everybody like had this big cathartic laugh at that moment. And I was like, you told me to go for it, so I did.
It all ends now.
Jamie Lee Curtis is a legend. She's an icon. So just the thought of getting to be in a movie with someone like her just Yeah, there, brought some nerves, and I was, super excited, of course. But yes, coming into something that's well established like this, dream come true, pinched myself every day getting to go to set and had such a great experience. I grew up trick-or-treating was something I always looked forward to, and so to get to be able to be a part of such a big, iconic Halloween movie is a dream come true for little Michelle. I think David or somebody had seen my Instagram, and so they knew what I was capable of, and so it came for the night before for me to do a stunt, and so I went over to the executive producer and I was like, hey Ryan, I was like, I kind of would like to do that full stunt. And so he's like, wait, let me talk to David. And so David was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, great, because I felt very capable. Yes, I was a gymnast, like I mentioned, for 10 years. And so one of the first things you learn as a gymnast is how to fall and how to protect your body in that way. So I felt very capable of doing my own stunts and doing them safely. And that way, it's me the whole time. I get to fully act and be present as the character and live through, a lot of the physicality, which is a dream. Combining my passion of acrobatics with acting, anytime I get to do both at the same time, it's a dream for me. What's next? I have a couple of things in the talks right now. I'm hoping to work with one of my buddies, Patrick Durham, on some of his projects coming up soon. And then there's a series that I'm potentially talking about doing, but kind of keeping details on the down low until things kind of land with that. But I'm really hopeful to do more projects where I get to do more physicality. I'd love to throw in some comedy. Obviously, I love the drama and the dark and the being able to immerse myself in that, but I also like to switch it up a little bit back and forth with light and dark, so throwing in some comedy would be really fun too.
You came here to kill me, so do it.
Hi, my name is Michele Dawson, and you've just been buzzed.
Halloween Ends is in theaters now, so go check it out. Up next after the break, we have Corook in our artist spotlight. Don't go anywhere.
You don't have to tell your mom about me.
Corook makes quirky, irreverent, and confidence cool as her infectious pop songs are gaining traction amongst listeners. We have them up next backstage at the Echoplex in Los Angeles to talk about being unapologetically themselves. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Corook. I am an Aquarius. I am living in Nashville, Tennessee, and I have a dog named Cubby.
Yeah, please hold me up on Instagram. I have as many followers as your grade aunt, but I think that what I do is kind of cool. And also, I can solve a Rubik's Cube. My college debt is devastating. I want to show off with the girl I'm dating. I know I'm not the main event, but I think we'll have a good time.
We are at the Echoplex in Los Angeles, backstage in my green room. I've been on tour for about like 2.5, 3 weeks now. I'm on show 15. I'm opening for Jukebox the Ghost. They're incredible. Yeah, it's been a really fun tour. We've been in a minivan, so we're just really DIYing it right now. We're just going for it. I always wanted to be a musician, and I still can't really remember why. I remember in 2nd grade, my art teacher was like, okay, everybody draw what you want to be when you grow up. And for some reason, I drew myself playing guitar, singing in front of an audience. I remember my friend Caitlin, who sat next to me, I had her playing drums. I had our other friend playing the bass. I don't know what it was. I just really wanted to be a musician. I moved to Nashville because it felt a little bit homier than the other cities that our music industry but yeah, I really like it there. I have a little bit of extra space for my little dog. And yeah, I just make pop music in my bedroom. I think every year of my life I have found new music that I love. I went to high school for music. I went to college for music. So I've always been surrounded by a community of people showing me new music. And I've realized that I just like a lot of different things. I love rap music. I love pop. I love singer-songwriter. I really just love storytelling. And so I feel like while I might identify as a pop songwriter and a pop artist, I really just am telling stories in whatever way feels the best that day.
Baby, I'm bored. We should explore. We could try BDSM. You can tie my hands to the headboard. Wait, I take it back. That's really not me. We just need some spice, if you know what I mean.
I think that I've had a lot of support from my family and from friends in the community that I grew up in. But I mean, there's always people along the way that will tell you can't do it. And I think that I'm just here to prove them wrong and just continue doing it.
Swear I could date Jennifer Aniston on a new face. Oh, is that rude? I didn't mean it. Looking at you makes my brain blah 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 blah. Even Einstein would go down. I hope you look in the mirror like hell yeah, hell yeah. Very first thing in the morning like hell yeah, hell yeah.
With this new project, I've just found who I am, and I am expressing it in the best way I know possible. And so it's just way more fun for me because I feel like I'm just sharing a part of myself. I think that this entire project has been like I said, a coming into myself kind of project. And I keep finding out more and more about myself as the project continues. And so those songs that are kind of a little bit more cocky, a little bit more confident, and just kind of feeling myself are just due to the work that I'm doing on myself every day. And I feel like my music will continue to grow with me.
If we got to talk, she'd tell me why my dad is such an ass. I say it's for the story arc and then we'd laugh. But in real life there is no explaining that. He's just an ass. She'd open up about how dinosaurs were all a big mistake. And so she spent her time and made us out of apes. And the chicken came long before the egg. Oh, and Eve was framed. I don't know why, 'cause I don't know good. But if I did, I'd ask for her thoughts. Buy her a beer.
So one specific song I could talk about is IDK God. I think the recording process for that one was really simple. It's mostly just guitar and voice, and it was a quick one take, and then I produced a little bit after it, a few months after. But on stage, I just do it, guitar and me, and it feels like a completely different song. I add a lot more just like stops for the audience to say what they want to say, or really take in whatever lines they want to take in, and that is so fun for me, for the song to kind of live in its own way live, and in a completely different way on the record. So I feel like the first tour I went on was at the beginning of this year, and my social media was, it was just a lot different. There was not as many people there, and it felt like these shows were really reaching out to new people and trying to get their attention, and which was so fun and so wonderful. And I feel like this set, we have a little bit more time to tell a story, and so the social media is still, growing, and people are coming to the shows from social media. And I feel like this set of shows is more like proving to everyone that I'm a real person, like outside of their phones. So it's been really nice to like solidify that connection and meet these amazing people. And yeah, it's been great.
Your music is cool and ambiguous. When you look out in the audience, who you see, what's your core fan base?
Oh, gosh. Young people. Yeah, a little bit of everybody always, you know. But I would say younger people, like maybe my age, millennials, Gen Z, a lot of queer people. I would just call everybody weirdos and misfits. Anybody that's listening to my music is a little bit weird, and I think that's a lovely thing.
I love it. Well, I'll let you go. Speaking of social media, where can new fans follow you on the interwebs? Give us all the details.
You can find me at Hi Corook, Corook, on TikTok, on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Spotify, whatever you listen on. Yeah, thank you so much.
Where did Corook come from?
Corook, the name, came from my girlfriend. So my real name is Corinne Savage. And one day, she called me Corook Scoovage. And I thought it was like an amazing alter ego. Like, have you ever seen Parks and Rec?
Yes.
So Andy Dwyer goes by Burt Macklin, the FBI agent. And it felt like that was my Burt Macklin name, Corook Scoovage. And so I just ran with it.
I just really, really want a song called Eggs. Had a premonition, I was laying down in bed. That was when the doobie-doobie-doos came to my head. If you wanna sing a song, better grab a pen. I just really, really want a song called Eggs.
Hi, my name is Corook, and you've just been buzzed.
That's all we have. Special thanks to Corook, the Echoplex, Tegan and Sarah, Freebie, and Michele Dawson for stopping by. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and double tap us on Instagram, all at @buzz_access. I'm Trey Rich. Love and light to you all. And slide in my DMs. Let me know what I should wear for Halloween. Love y'all.
I don't fuck with snakes. This is not a metaphor for people that I don't enjoy. This is entirely about snakes. I don't care if they're your pet or if they haven't bit you yet. You will be the next thing that they eat. It's inevitable. They're a wild animal, and they think you're edible, and they can swallow you whole, and then you live in their belly, and it all feels like jelly. Yeah. So I don't fuck with snakes. I don't fuck with snakes. I don't fuck with things without arms and legs. I don't fuck with snakes. There are people that enjoy them. I avoid them. Typically full of poison should destroy them. Yeah, I don't fuck with snakes. I don't fuck with snakes.
For more stories and extended clips, go to thebuzzallaccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.